I want to continue on. My laptop unfortunately died, so I want to get into this part two. But like I was speaking about, how can you really tap into the ancient prophets and their ancient mindset, from behind the video game controller, you know, or just slouching around on the couch, like the bishop said it best, always on social media, and we got to check a lot of that stuff, man. Just overly, you know, just overly indulging in the bullshit of this world. These people aren't growing on a level. Why? Because they're following the multitude to do evil. They're following the agenda of Esau. They're staying on the idiot box, watching TV all damn day, you know, or different means of entertainment, stuff that don't add up to nothing. You know, a man of the Lord shouldn't be having his mind always, wrapped in garbage and nonsense all the time. You know, just garbage music that just has a low vibration to it. You know, the bishop said it best on another point. We're speaking about watching your intake, and that a lot of those were cuts. Like we got to really stay on top of ourselves, man. Having that edge about yourself, living on edge, you know, instead of, because the exact opposite of living on edge is living in the comfort zone. So do you want to be in the comfort zone in Babylon, or do you want to live on edge? All right, Micah 2:10, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. So Micah told us, you know, thousands of years ago, that this was not going to be our rest. This is not going to be the area where we could settle, where we could relax, where we could kick back and have a merry old time. We're in the house of mourning. All right. So at the end of the day, and waking up to this truth, we know that everything is a facade. We know that all this shit is just bread and circus, just to keep us in a stupor. It's written how we're led like sheep to the slaughter. This devil is trying to line Jake up, man. And us included, the elect. He wants to take our souls from us. It speaks about that in Revelation, the 18th chapter. He wants the souls of men. He wants the souls of the elect. So he's going to put out all kind of distractions. He's going to, if he got to put more money in your bank account, give you more raises to keep you in that settled, content mindset, before he really enacts a new world order, he's going to do so. That's part of the devil coming down with great wrath. Everything ain't got to be a physical, hack and slash from this devil. He knows about means of keeping you pacified, so that he works behind the scene pushing this crazy ass legislation to break us down as a nation. So Micah said it, because it is polluted, it shall destroy you. This system is designed to cave us in. All right, even with the sword destruction. And we see that this man has weaponized damn near everything against us, to the point where what you think you can enjoy for a long span of time, it usually rusts, rot, and decay, as it is written in the book of Matthew, where Yahweh Shah said. All right, whether it's a house that you're trying to pay off, whether it's a woman that you're trying to secure, you don't got married to her, speaking about mainly Jake in the world, you got to speak, for the cusp of most Jake's, concept of thinking, their ideology, marrying a woman, getting a child, having a household. A lot of those things bottom out, man. That's why we can't be settled behind enemy lines. This devil owns our women. This devil owns our children. Hell, this devil owns us. We're in captivity unto this day. And what should a man that's in captivity be thinking? Breaking out, elevating his mind, developing. A good movie is The Count of Monte Cristo, man. That man was in prison, and what he was doing? Sparring, getting his mindset right, elevating his wisdom, thinking about breaking out and getting revenge. So that should be constantly echoing in the thoughts of men that's in this knowledge, man. Not how can I get a bigger house, how can I get better cars and more money. All that the scriptures speak about, the fashion of this world fadeth away. All right, I'm gonna get this. Matter of fact, this ain't what I wanted, but this is actually a good one too. This is Romans 8 and 35. Who shall separate us from the love of Yahweh Shah? Shall tribulation or distress or persecution or famine or nakedness or peril or sword? So Paul gave an example of a lot of things that would naturally separate one from his power. Because what? When you're in tribulation or distress, you tend to fear and you tend to distrust certain, spirits that, you believe to be on your side. I'm speaking about, even in all scenarios, you'll see certain individuals start to distrust their power, you know, distrust the Most High because they went through something and they might have lost the battle. Hey, the Lord put you in situations to take a L, man, so you can learn from, to see if you really trust Him. That's part of because the Lord, He wants men to be on edge. All right, He designed us to be in these certain situations, and He pushes us into these certain zones, man. You know, Sometimes the Lord put His spirit like, man, you know what? I'm gonna make that man lose his job, man. To try him. The Lord did it to Job, and did it Job's integrity wither? No. He stayed. He sustained his spiritual reliability in Yahweh Shema Shai, and he stayed down till the Lord raised him up. So we should have that same mindset. So tribulation, distress, persecution. Hey, if this devil comes down the pipe and start trying to roll upon us, persecute us for the word's sake, is it going to separate us from the Lord? Hell no. Famine, nakedness, or peril or sword. None of these things should pull us away from our power. And the Lord is going to put us in these situations. The Lord is going to put us on edge. The time of Jacob's trouble is another word for basically the time that Jacob is going to be on edge. The whole nation, from the elderly to children and infants. It says, woe unto them that give suck in those days. All right. And knowing that we're going to go through these, we all have to go through it. How should we be thinking in all conversation and manner of godliness? Scripture says, looking for and hasting. And like I was speaking about a prisoner's main mindset is breaking out. It says in the book of Isaiah, the captive exile hasteth that he may be loose from the prison and that he may not die in the pit. We ain't trying to die in the system, man. Scripture speak about better in the book of Ecclesiastes, better is a living dog than a dead lion. We ain't trying to die a dog's death in this captivity. We want to overcome this beast. All right. So it says, as it is written, for thy sakes we are killed all the day long. We are counted as sheep for the slaughter. Yeah, we dead any damn way, man. All right. From the food that we eating to the lifestyle that we living, we're not truly living here. But we understand that if we live on edge and if we do certain things that excite the spirit of life, that the Lord is going to enter into us. All right. And He's fully going to translate us from this kingdom to the next. Right now, we're all being under scrutiny. The scriptures speak about how the Lord is searching Jerusalem with candlesticks through what? The angels, man. It speaks about in Proverbs, the 15th chapter, how the angels are looking down, reporting the good and the evil. So these angels are taking notes and seeing if we qualify for the next kingdom. That's what this whole thing is about. All right? And they give good reports and they give bad reports. And you don't want to be that brother that's reported, yeah, man, he's still on the same shit. He ain't really studying. He ain't active. He ain't fellowshipping. He just always on the couch playing that goddamn Fortnite, man. Just doing the same old bullshit. You don't want to have those reports. You want to have that report. Yo, yeah, he's breaking out of his comfort zone. He's developing his spirit. He's repenting constantly. He's fasting. He's chastising his spirit. He's really tapping into you, Lord. He's constantly tapping into that name. He's constantly tapping into them prophecies. He's watching. He's being a great watchman. He's raising up souls in the same mindset as you. Oh, that's one of the fruits. That's a fruit for the plucking, because we're all likened unto fruits. All right. And what do you do with fruit? Good fruit, you pluck it. Speak about even that evil fruit is just basically good for the burning. So the Lord is going to pluck a lot of Israel out. And that's going to be the elect. Yeah, that man is good for the plucking. That man is good for the plucking. Oh, that's rotten fruit. Leave it. Leave him. When the fire comes, he's going to burn there. And we don't want to be that. We want to be the good fruit in the eyes of Yahweh Shema Shah. We want to be the grapes that's kept, and we don't want to be the ones that are born in vain. So we have to constantly learn. And that's where we have our hands on the ankle of this devil. Constantly pulling this man out of his power seat. It starts now with the voice of truth, the voice of reason. All right. And even if we have to be in uncomfortable situations, constantly pumping these videos out, sacrificing our life. All right? It takes that. Sirach 30:3. He that teacheth his son grieveth the enemy, and before his friends he shall rejoice of him. So we should be teaching. It tells you that from the book of Deuteronomy. When you rise up and when you go to sleep, you should be getting into the prophecies, reading about Yahweh Shai and his trials and tribulations. Reading about these ancient prophets, getting into certain historical accounts, certain books, watching certain documentaries pertaining to this stuff. Getting yourself in that mindset. The Lord is raising up an ancient mindset in modern times, so we have to get back ancient. All this modernized technology and all this modern shit, all this stuff is gonna perish with this modern kingdom, which is Babylon the Great. And the Lord is gonna, He's raising up the tabernacles of David, Amos the 9th chapter. All right. So we have to stay on edge. We have to stay on top of ourselves. We have to check ourselves constantly, seeing if we're getting more, getting lackadaisical, getting comfortable, starting to get appeased by the woman in the red dress, aka America, and pushing away from that and pushing towards the mark, as Paul said, pushing for that high calling. So this was something I just wanted to go into as a response for the bishop here in Atlanta. Hopefully, brothers edified. I'm gonna end it by giving all praise, honor, and glory unto you. How about Shemel Rashad by Shemel Kakodash? Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom Akim.